What's up, everyone? It's your brother L, and welcome to this episode of Echoes of Cyber Freedom. Today, we're going to be talking about mindset because with a good mindset, you can get pretty far. You can start doing some things. You can be successful, right? You can make some damage in your life. But with a great mindset, you can make anything happen. And that's what we're here to talk about today, cyber mindset, for all those out there that may be struggling. You may uh, you may be stuck somewhere, right? I mean, that's why we're talking about cyber mindset. Maybe you're struggling to find a cyber job or cyber career. Maybe you wanted to transfer from a techie or non-techie position or career. And now you're like, man, I heard about cyber or AKA computers, and I want to do some of that stuff. I want to get into cybersecurity as an IT professional or cybersecurity warrior, or maybe you want to be a cyber manager, cyber leader, a cyber innovator, anything, right? Any of these things. Or maybe you have a business and your business is making some traction but really is not getting as much traction as you thought it would. Or maybe you're just having a hard time to start a business, or maybe you got way too many ideas and you just don't know where to go. Like all these problems, all these issues is just a state of mind in my book, and that's why I love talking about mindset, and that's why I dedicated an entire episode to cyber mindset. And not only that, but I can guarantee you this will not be the last time we talk about cyber mindset, because it's important. It's important to not only who you are or to reveal who you are, but it's important to keep your mind, body, and spirit in equilibrium. And if we can do this, then we're good to go. And for me, I always start with a positive mindset and try to eliminate negative thought, or as I like to call them, or as many people out there like to call them limiting beliefs. So today I was just going to jump into my news as far as all the mentors and coaches, pretty much dip into what they are putting out there, what they're saying. And I want to share some of those things with you because these people are just out here just slaying it. They not only help me uh, do what I got to do in life, but in the long run, they are putting out there good nuggets of valuable information. And I love being valuable to you all as in cyber. I was going to say as a common people, but yeah, if you want to get in cyber, right, I want to give you the most value, because I know that if I give you the most value, then that's going to increase your chances your chances of success. So that's why I'm always focused on delivering mega value to pretty much not only people that I coach, but just to anybody. If I'm just talking to anybody, I just want to provide value, right? I want to provide value all the time. And this, in essence, is a mindset. Being focused on providing value and taking action and staying focused, right? That is all a mindset in itself. And for me, this is my mindset. When I wake up in the morning, I remind myself of who I am in this vast universe. And before I go to sleep, I try to do the same thing again. But once I do my daily wake up routine, and if you're wondering what does that daily wake up routine look like for you, then make some noise in the comments. Or if you are a member of our Cyber Freedom Fighters International Coaching Community, then you can drop some love and some comments in the Academy portal, or whatever I want to call it these days, because I'm always calling it, hey, check out our Academy dashboard. Hey, check out our Academy portal. But I haven't landed on something that I love yet. So if you want to know how to get there, you're probably wondering, then just go to cyberfreedomfighters.com, and any of the buttons that we have on there will take you to the Academy portal where you can either sign up to become a cyber freedom fighter yourself, or maybe you want to log in and you forgot where the login was, which I doubt it because everything is pretty straightforward. I'm just throwing stuff out there now. But anyways, that was the little bit of intro to Cyber Freedom Fighters, or whatever you want to call that, or my plug, right? But anyways, I love doing this stuff. So let me see what I got for you today. All about mindset. All about mindset. So let me check out what some of my I want to share with you some of this stuff. Hopefully, I'm going to try doing the screen sharing when I find a post or something valuable that was put out. And the first one here, I am probably going to screen share so you can check it out. This one is awesome. I love it. It is by Layla Hormozi, which is my mentor's wife, Alex Hormozi. And, I love Layla as well. I follow a lot of her stuff. And I'm just going to say she's my mentor and coach too. And if she doesn't like it, she can find me and tell me, get out of here. I don't want to coach you. I doubt it. No, she's great people. So is Alex Hormozi. They're both a dynamic duo in the business world. And not only that, but today I am looking at mindset stuff here. And the first one that popped up was something that she put out um, not too long ago. And I want to share that with you. So give me 1 minute here. Let me see if I am successful here at presenting. That way you can check it out yourself. All right, let's see. Share. Hopefully, let's see. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So now I'm sharing this video here with Layla Hormozi's post on Insta. And pretty much she put out some cool stuff as far as comments. And she pretty much, I'm just going to repeat what I see on the screen. Hope you don't mind. But pretty much this is what she says, Lady Hormozi, a little dose of reality, right? So she put a whole bunch of pictures of herself doing a whole bunch of different work activities. And, she says this, here's the thing, you don't reach your goals by accident. So here's the thing, you don't reach your goals by accident. That's right, you don't. You reach them by repeating the same successful actions over and over again without losing enthusiasm. The most successful people I know get good at the boring shit. You do not become excellent by chasing excitement. Oh, so true. You become excellent by repeating the same actions over and over again. I mean, that's true. That's a winning mindset right there. 100% winning mindset. Most people quit when things get repetitive. The irony is that repetition is what creates success. By avoiding repeating things, you avoid success. Want to be great? Get good at doing the boring shit over and over again. And she could not be more right in these words because it's true. I mean, what is success, in cyber? And oftentimes I remember by reading this sometimes in my life many moons ago when I was working a 9 to 5, I was stuck, right? Just coming into work, doing what I had to do. Everybody loved it. We had a great time. And then I went home and chilled with the family and did whatever else I had to do, and, for my life. And over time, I can see, when I was trying to bust out of my 9 to 5, I would try, oh man, this is the year. This is the year. I'm going to create my business. I'm going to start it. It's going to be awesome. Right. So you start doing things. And next thing you know, some doubt seeds start to creep in. And next thing you know, that doubt seed turns into a doubt tree. And then you lose all hope because you're like, man, I don't want to do this. Right. I don't want to build this website. I don't want to run these ads. Like, what is copywriting? Do I even need to learn that? Right. So you start getting into this thing of self-doubt, really. And you think when you start business, you're like, "Oh, man, it's easy. I'm gonna start this stuff and it's gonna be great." And then, not too long into the endeavor or into the journey, you're like, "What the hell is going on? Why is everything on fire?" Right? But it's normal. It's normal, right? I mean, so what we need to do is eliminate the negative thought, and we eliminate the negative thought by as soon as it creeps in. For me, I just immediately try to transfer it to a positive thought. Figure out like why am I having this negative thought in the first place? Like, let me take some time. Don't let my emotions get too ahead of me. Right? Let me control that because I don't want to live like that, right? So I don't like being, I want to control my emotions, right? I don't want to be too emotional. So when I feel my emotions start getting a little bit of, the best of me, I use that as a moment of awareness to trigger me to say, hey, did you realize you had that little anger or you had that minute of anxiety or whatever it may be, or sadness, or why did you think that? Like any negative feeling, I've programmed myself over time to identify these things so that I'm not feeding into these negative emotions that I don't want. So when the same thing happened, right? I'm doing stuff, I'm doing work, I'm getting stuff done in the business, right? Just like we all been there, right? And I'm getting stuff done. Next thing you know, you got all these thoughts that are creeping in. You're like, whoa, what the hell is that? Right. And you have to catch them, because if you don't catch them, next thing you know, you're like, all right, well, this happened. And then this happened. Oh man, I'm so unlucky. This business is not for me. Right. So you start digressing, you start pulling back. And next thing you know, you're not repetitive. You start missing things. You start saying, "You know what? I'm good. Let me, I don't want to do anything today." You convince yourself otherwise, I think, right? We're out there and we try to convince ourselves that it's okay to live with that negative emotion and stop the success by not repeating what you need to do over and over, that, which is getting you success. So that's why repetition is awesome, especially if you start getting success or if you have a high income skill set, let's say in cyber. Maybe you want to start a job or a career in cyber, let's say cybersecurity. You want to be a cybersecurity professional, but you're like, whoa, if I want to become an assessor and be and assess all these things, but there's so much documentation. I mean, there's so many things to know, the process, the tools, the technology, how to talk to people. So you start getting overwhelmed. And next thing in the beginning, you get all amped up. It's like a honeymoon. In the beginning, you get all amped up and you're like, yeah, I'm going to crush this, either start this new job or I'm going to start this new knowledge so that I can develop a high income skill set so that I can make more money or transfer from one career to another career. And you start going down that journey, and next thing you know, you just stop. Right? You were consistent, like, all right, I watch these videos, I start getting it, and then when it starts becoming too hard, right? Or you're like, oh man, this it's just boring, right? Or this little piece was boring, but I like this other piece. But in order to get to that piece that you like, you got to cross this bridge of boring shit. And that's what Layla Hormozi was talking about. Like, yeah, most successful people I know get good at the boring shit because they don't let that stop them. They continue to just plow through everything. I saw a recent post like that from my other mentor, Russell Brunson, and he's a big wrestler, and I'm a big wrestler. We both did Greco-Roman wrestling. Obviously, he went to the lengths. I think he did. He played college wrestling. I never went to college as far as wrestling, but I wrestled competitively back in New Jersey in my heydays. And upstate New Jersey is, or the state of New Jersey is no joke when it comes to wrestling. Very competitive. However, Russell Brunson, when he was talking about his wrestling career, he was mentioning that it took consistency to be successful, and the same consistency that he learned when he was wrestling, he would, during the wrestling battle rhythm is like, all right, I got a competition coming up. I got a match coming up. I'm going to be wrestling this guy. And last time, I want to beat him. So then you study his film, right? Just like any football game or any sport game, boxing, MMA, whatever, right? You study the film so you can kind of get to know your opponent. So maybe you identify any weak spots that you can probably take advantage of. So you're doing this whole thing, and in wrestling, you do the same thing. If opponent's good enough, right, and maybe you're wrestling for state levels or regional levels, but it's the same thing. Who's the next guy? Who's the next person? Who's the next person I got to beat? So that mindset forced him to be repetitive, right? Because he would train and then he would go up against somebody, and then using his new training, he would win or he wouldn't. And if he didn't win or whatever, right? We all want to win. But if we don't win, what happens when you win? When you don't win, right? You fail, you get back up, and then you try again. But those who don't, right, they get back up and then they walk away, or they never get back up, or whatever, that mindset, right? When he was wrestling, that mindset of doing the same things over and over again, especially the boring shit, because nobody likes to lose weight when it comes to wrestling. Let me tell you that. I've lost weight for a long time in the wrestling game. I used to wrestle at 140, the fighting weight class. And it was hard for me to stay 140 because my body always wanted to go to 170. And I was like, Jesus, or 160. Yeah, and it was crazy. So I used to lose a lot of weight, and I never liked doing that stuff because it was boring. And I was like, all right, I got to run the pool. I got to wear this vest. I got to do stairs, and all boring, all boring. Right. So, but, Russell Brunson, what he was saying was that mindset that he adopted, or that he built when he was wrestling, allowed him to be a successful entrepreneur, because now he was just going from one thing to another thing and just crushing anything in his way. And the same thing, right? If you want to build a business, super successful business or a super successful career, then you have to do whatever it takes. And you have to do all the boring shit. You have to love all the boring shit. You have to love every aspect of it. And pretty much what you're going to do is you're going to have so many roadblocks in your way that you can't stop. You always got to keep moving forward. It's, for me, the mindset of, yeah, I'm going to run into stuff that's going to slow me down, but I'm not going to let it stop me. And that's what a roadblock tries to do, right? That's what the evil energy of the universe tries to do, is tries to hold your feet. It tries to block you so that when you come across an obstacle or come across a roadblock, you're like, whoa, what are you going to do? Are you going to push through? Or are you just going to turn around because something was in your way? So, to be success, is to be repetitive, to be consistent, and to not let, as Layla Hormozi was saying, not let all the boring shit get in your way. So, once excitement dies off, like a honeymoon, right? Once that excitement's over, then you just got two people in a lifelong marriage that they committed to each other. Now what? Right? So, as in marriage, right? You're repetitive. You wake up, hey, honey, what's up? Right? And you're doing all the same stuff. Well, not the same stuff, but you're with the same person, and you all are hanging out and living life, right? That's what a marriage is. And a lot of times, when that excitement dies down, when the honeymoon phase is over, things start to fall apart at times. And that happens because you didn't have a good foundation. You didn't have a good mindset. You didn't go in knowing that there was going to be roadblocks, right? There's going to be roadblocks, but I'm not going to let it stop me, right? In our marriage, there's going to be boring shit, but who cares? There's boring shit everywhere. We'll do it happily together, right? But anyways, all this is a mindset. Not only can it help you in business, but it can also help you in life as well. So that was the first one that I wanted to talk about. And I don't know how long or how many I'm going to look at, but that was the first one by Layla Hormozi. So the most successful people I know get good at the boring shit. So get good at the boring shit and keep doing, right? You become excellent by repeating the same actions over and over and over and over again. The moment you stop is the moment you're signaling to the entire universe that, hey, I'm done with this path, right? I'm done with this. And then, slowly but surely everything starts to crumble around you and you have no idea why. Well, take next time that happens, take a look at that mindset. So if you want to be great, take notice of your mindset. And if you have negative actions or if you have negative thoughts, then start figuring out why and start doing the opposite of that. If you're like, man, I feel sad because I'm poor. Well, guess what? You're not poor, right? So you're not broke. You may not have the physical wealth in front of you, but guess what? Mentally, you can have all the wealth in the world. And that's what a positive mindset is all about. All right, so let me check out this other one here. I got Hormozi, Dr. Dre. Let me see what he puts up. Oh, oh. All right. That was loud. I love Dr. Dre. Yeah, still Dre. All right, so this one is by Alex Hormozi himself, and we just saw one from his wife. And now we're going to check one off him. And pretty much he posted, it looks like on Twitter, but I don't know. But anyways, he put some content out there on Insta. And pretty much he says, you're young. You've got time. Thoughts. Right. So pretty, wow. So let me see what else he says. You're young. You've got time. Thoughts. I mean, I get it. Time is limited for all. Time is precious. So I understand that. All right. So all this does is extend how long it takes people to realize. All right. So this is what he says. Alex Amrosi. He lists 5 things here. And pretty much he says tomorrow isn't guaranteed. That's right. Amen. Nothing is going to be easy. Get over it. That's true. It takes time to get good. That's right. And the sooner you start, the sooner you get. True. And don't stop until you do. Wow. I mean, that mindset is so powerful, so strong because it's like, don't give up, keep being repetitive. Pretty much what his wife was putting out just before, right? Keep being repetitive. It is gonna suck, right? As we say in the military, yep, you're in the suck. But guess what we do in the military? We still have a damn good time about it. Yeah, we're in the suck, but it doesn't have to suck just because we're in the suck. So let's have some good time, do a little desk pops and chill. Like it's all good. But anyways, that was my military mindset. Desk pops all day, baby. But anyways, Alex Homrosi is right. I mean, time is of the essence, and I could not. I mean, that's just I don't know what else to say on that. Time is so critical in this space of the universe that we see it all the time. And he also goes in it a little bit further because Hormozi in his post, I didn't see this down below, but he's like, hey, the medium lifespan for a US male is 74 years old. Wow. Wow, 74 nowadays. Wow. I thought I was going to live to 2000. You know what? That's a mindset too, right? Like, are you fearful? Because that's also a limiting belief, right? Because he's saying, hey, the medium lifespan for a US male is 74 years old. Yeah, I get it. I see that. And I saw the statistic. He probably pulled it from, good stats. But for me, I still look at this and I'm like, yeah, I'm still living to 2000. Like, for real, what's your mindset? What do you believe, right? Everything you believe, you have to understand can either, it does 2 things for you. It it it's either gonna limit you or it's gonna set you free. So remember that next time you read something or you see something in the news, in the out, in the world, or somebody, comes to you at work or whatever, right? You don't have to believe everything people tell you, right? Just know that these are historical facts, right? Historical, based on people, that were here, right? You're still here, so we'll see what happens, right? That's how I like to take that, right? So consistency in my mindset, so when I see stuff like the medium lifespan for a US male is 74 years old, I'm like, yeah, okay, next, right? Because I don't let that shit phase me. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "Oh my, yeah," right? All these limiting beliefs or negative thoughts start creeping in my mind because I saw that. I'm like, no, man, I'm gonna still get it every damn day, and that's what Alex Hormozi is telling you in his top 5, right? Don't stop until you do. Like, just keep getting it. Like, what's the problem? Tomorrow isn't guaranteed, so why are you waiting till tomorrow to start that job, or why are you waiting till tomorrow to start that business? You can get that right now. Why are you waiting for tomorrow to say, yo, I'm gonna just slay this? Like, just go get it. Like, what are you waiting for? But anyways, let me I start getting amped up. All right. Anyways, let me calm down. But let me see. Hormozy also says, right? The median lifespan of a US male is 74 years old. Whatever. Take that for whatever you want. That means your middle age around 37, not 50, which is true, in that statistic. You saw how you saw what I did there, right? But anyways, and if you adjust for our, decreased perception of time as we age, that's also true. We are at the midpoint around 20 to 21. Jesus, man, bruh. What are you doing, man? What are you saying to people? You don't have as much time as you think. Make your move. Yo, that's 100. I didn't, let me star that. Let me save it. Because I love stuff like that. Because it's true. It just makes you think, right? These things should motivate you. It should not make you fearful. If it make you fearful, then that means, hey, that's the universe, the entire, your higher self is reaching down to you and saying, hey, mind, body, spirit, let's go. What are you doing? Let's go, let's go, let's go. So you have to take those steps, right? So if you're fearful, then sit with them. Like, why am I fearful? My fear of I'm running out of time. Right? So why am I fearing that I'm running out of time? So what am I trying to do, right? And then whatever that is, if you're like, man, I just want to spend time with my family, then yo, go do that right now. Go do that right now. You got kids, you got a wife, whatever. Just be like, hey, baby, I just took off work today. Or, if you're on the other side, then you'd be like, hey, love, I just took off today. Whatever you want to say, man. Or, whatever you want to put out there, right? And I took off, I just want to be with you. Let's go hang out, right? I mean, whatever it is, right? And that's what this is, this is saying tomorrow isn't guaranteed. So do what you want to do now. If you're not doing what you want to do today, then yeah, again, start with yourself. Start with aligning yourself to what your dreams and aspirations are. And then start designing your life. I mean, really, that's our first step in our framework when we talk about cyber mindset. And I help people with that stuff. So, I'm always talking to many students around the world. And, you know, really, from what I see, is that the focus is not there, right? The repetition goes away. So when you're helping somebody and next thing you know, they drop off, you're like, oh, what happened? Why did they drop off? Right? Did they say to themselves like, yeah, this is too much. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this anymore. Or if it's too hard, so that roadblock got in the way. So I didn't know how to jump hurdles. So I just turned around and walked away. Right. These are all the mindsets that stop you. That is the dark force that holds your feet to the floor. Right. So this is why I love all these little tidbits from Alex and Rosie's, or all the greats out there that are doing it. Dave Goggins. I mean, who knows, right? Just pick your poison, or pick your pleasure, right? I don't want to say poison. I don't want to talk negatively about anybody ever. So these are the 5 things, right? Tomorrow's isn't guaranteed, so go out there and slay it. Nothing is going to be easy. I mean, so get over it. I love that. I love that so much because we all think things, I mean, really you could take this. Are you the person who's be like, hey man, it's gonna be chill. I love it, right? And then when you start doing it and you start running into resistance, you're like, man, screw this. a lot harder than what I thought it was going to be. So I'm out of here. I'm out. Peace. And then you just give up. No. Or you the person like, man, that is too much, right? And it looks so massive that I don't even want to start going on that road because it seems like it's a big thing that I need it. There's so much to do. I don't know if I don't know if I can do it, right? I mean, this all these things, right? I mean, either way, right? Just know that you got to be consistent. You got to be repetitive, right? And nothing is going to be easy, right? That if it was all easy, everybody would do it, right? So, this is why this is his number two here. Nothing's going to be easy. Get over it. So get over it. That's right. Just keep going. What's the problem? Um, the third one here, it takes time to get good. Nah, it does. It does. How fast can you learn? Right? Really, I mean, that's what I love working with people. If you're trying to pick up a new skill set, maybe you want to be a cybersecurity warrior or cyber IT or whatever. You want to open up your own business, and you may not think you have the skill sets. But it's all good. How fast can you learn? Right? That's what I like to tell people. I was like, how fast can you learn? Because if you really wanted it, you would make that time. And if you make that time to learn, then you would slay it because you know that you don't have that much time. So you ain't messing around when it comes to learning. You just want to get in there and get it done. Right. And that's why I offer a 6 week, cybersecurity assessment masterclass where I teach anybody with no experience how to assess pretty much any type of computer system in the world, any type of architecture in the cyber domain in the world. So if you want to get started in cybersecurity, then all you got to do is take that 6 week master class, and you will be in the best position. But not only that, you will have more knowledge guaranteed than 80% of cyber security practitioners out there today that are doing it, guaranteed. But anyways, so that's that. It's not going to be easy. So just do it. It's going to take time. It's not going to be easy, right? So just get over all of that. And that was his third. It takes time to get good. That's right. So get busy, right? And the fourth is like this is a one big sentence because it's like the sooner you start, the sooner you get. Yeah, reapeth what you soweth, and don't stop, right? It's that persistent attitude of just crushing and slaying anything in your way, no matter what, right? Because it's your life and you want success. You maybe want to do stuff that the average bear is not doing right now, right? So, you can't compare yourself to anybody else but yourself. And that's important because when you start getting in there and you're like, well, this other person that has a similar business is doing this and they're getting success and it don't work for me, blah, 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 blah. No, negative, right? Change that mindset. Change that mindset. Having a powerful, positive mindset is powerful in itself. So let me see what else we got here. Russell Brunson. Yep. He's awesome. Hack the box. Yep. That's awesome. If you want to hack the box, yeah, that's good stuff there. Let me see what else we got. Let me see. Got some random. Keanu Reeves made his professional car racing debut today in the Toyota GR Cup, which is, I love Keanu. He rides motorcycles. He's an actor. I mean, and now he's right there drifting, riding cars. I mean, who knows, right? And if you think about his mindset, then you're like, he has a great winning positive mindset because he's doing things that he has never done before and he's making it seem like it's easy. When you see this, then you know that individual has a strong positive mindset because they would not be doing this kind of stuff if they didn't. They'd be giving up like, oh man, screw this car, man, this car, shit, don't go fast enough or whatever insert excuse there, right? We all been there. So don't do that. So when I see stuff like this, I'm like, yo, go get it, Keanu. Go get it. You know what I mean? Go get it, the Baba Ga. But anyways, John Wick reference. But let me see what else we got here before I close off this episode of Echoes of Cyber Freedom. All right, let me see what else we got. Let me see if I can pull something else that may be like, oh, this is great. If you wear clothes, people, let me see. If you wear simple clothes, people think you're poor. I don't know what he's talking about, bro. Let me see. Busting your ass and making your dreams come true. Yeah, let me see this. It's just a rando. I know when I was working till midnight, getting up at 4 the next morning, whatever I had to go through, actually someday make the dreams come true. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Another person talking about persistence, another person talking about it's not easy, but if you want it, you got to go get it. Right. All that good stuff. I mean, really, it's all the same stuff. What's up, Dan? Um, what's this? I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna click it. Let's see what happens.
The first product of Nokia was a toilet paper. Samsung used to be a grocery store. Sony used to be a rice cooker manufacturer. Lamborghini used to
Right
be a
here,
tractor.
but I can see the bottom, right? Just
IKEA
keep
used to
going. Oh,
be a pen.
this is IKEA.
LG used to be a facial cream. The first version
Pretty much all
of your business will not be your
businesses
best.
and brands.
Just keep going.
Like that movie. Very great movie. But anyways, let me stop sharing here. But long story short, as far as mindset is concerned and all that good stuff in life is pretty much, comes down to we saw two, maybe three, four different things of random thoughts, what people were putting out there for people to consume. And they all revolved around these simple things, right? Never give up. Repetition is success, right? And it's not going to be easy. So get over it. I mean, I love that. I love that. I feel Alex Hormozi is always telling people, get over it. What are you talking about? Get over it. Which is true. Which is true. Which is true. Because it is true. You sit there and you listen to people and you hear a lot of excuses, you hear a lot of limiting beliefs, you hear a lot of negative self-talk. And pretty much what that leads is to self-destruction. Like you think you think all that talk is going to hurt somebody else. No, it's not. This is going to hurt you, right? 100%. So don't do it. Don't do it. And, no cost. I love the Rastafarian religion, just because they don't speak negatively about themselves or anybody else. It's all about I and I, which is, oneness in the universe, mind, body, spirit as one. And not only that, but you and the creator, you're one. And the same thing here. So I love that mindset because it's positive and it doesn't allow you to interject anything negatively upon yourself or upon anybody else, and to be hyper awareness or hyper aware of the words that you're using. And that's why I love, Rastafari, because it's awesome. It has all those things built into just that religion or culture of community of people, whatever you want to call it. So it's the same thing. You got to maintain a positive mindset. At first, it's gonna suck. Let me tell you. At first, it's gonna suck because your mind right now, it's probably filled with more negative than positive. And what you want to do is balance that out. And then once you balance that out, keep going the other way to make it super positive, or just balance it out. Really, equilibrium in life is huge in my book. So just find balance. Uh, Real simple, with your mind, body, spirit. So take those three things, right? So take your mind, take your body, and take your spirit. You can start working with your mind, and because that's the most powerful of them all, right? That you're controlling right now as a human being. You control your mind, you control your thoughts, you control your actions. So if you start with your mind and you're like, all right, so let's design my life, right? That's really the first step, is aligning to yourself, to your higher power, to your higher purpose in life. And I think that's important always. So you want to take some time to design the life that you want. So if you're struggling right now, maybe you want a new job, maybe you want a new career path, maybe you want to start your own business, maybe you want to grow in your cyber career right now, or whatever. then that's really the first big step that you should take is designing your life. Just grab a piece of paper or your journal, open it up, and just start designing who you want to be and what do you want to do, right? And get detailed with it. What do you want to look like? How, what hair color, hair, whatever. Just get as detailed as possible. How much you want to weigh, how you want to be fit, lean, right? Put all those things in there and then switch over and say, all right, this is the kind of job I want now. This is kind of career. And pretty much what you're trying to figure out is, for me, is how do I want to help people? So figure out how do you want to help people, hold all that stuff down, set some monetary goals, associated with all that stuff. Also design where you want to live. How does that house look like, or that place looks like? What car you want to drive? All that stuff. Get as detailed as you want. And that's really the first big step for you, to adjusting your mindset. Because then after that, all you got to take is rapid action to make all that stuff come true. And that's why I like helping people, and I like telling them to start there. So I help them by telling them to start there. There you go. So that's one action item for you. Take it for what it's worth. And that's all I have for you for today's episode of Echoes of Cyber Freedom. And hopefully it was valuable for you. Again, maintain a positive mindset. And if you are struggling, then feel free, journal your life, journal your dream life, and go from there. And this is something that we do in our Cyber Freedom Fighters coaching community, our international cyber coaching community. So if you want to become a Cyber Freedom Fighters and get help with designing your life, maybe grab some of our templates that we have for our members, or and that we're constantly building out there for our members as well. So go to cyberfreedomfighters.com and follow the link there, and it'll take you to our Academy portal where you can log in and interact and ask questions more about designing your life in the community. Or you can sign up to become a Cyber Freedom Fighter and get more help to design your life, so that you can get a higher paying job in cyber, or start your business by using cyber systems to help you get there faster, better. So that's all I got for you. I appreciate you always for joining us in this episode of Echoes of Cyber Freedom. Thank you all for everything you do, and peace and love to everybody. And remember, mind, body, spirit, equilibrium. All right. Thank you all for joining me on this one, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.